has it been, not so difficult, if I can put it like that?
Because has been very, the way you broke it down, it made it so easy to understand. Even when you think you know some things before, there are still things I learned from the course. And I really love the fact that it has lots of exercises for me to practice with and to try out new things.
Yeah, right. So, um, that is one way to learn. That is one way to learn, and we can always unlearn and relearn whatever it is we've known, especially when it comes to tech now, because every day new ideas are being brought to life by people like me and you. And you would agree with me that if you as a person, if you have a company, if you have a business, and you want to maximize profit while also reducing costs, you you would want to take processes or methods or um, anything that is going to achieve that is going to help you achieve that. Yeah, so one of the best ways of doing that is to always keep yourself updated to and keep yourself abreast of the latest information about um, what the world is going or what the world is doing right now in terms of technology. And as a data analyst, our job is I can say that our job is contributes to majority to large parts of smooth day-to-day operations, depending on whatever it is you're doing, wherever it is you find yourself, or whatever niche you find yourself. And the good thing about data, being a data person, is that we can't be boxed. We can't be boxed. After we
Yeah.
are, if you take the course and you're done, yeah, there are so many niche that you can like apply for. You can be a business analyst. You can decide to go to database. It was after I finished building this course that I realized that we've covered basically like I have covered basically every topic that you need to know when you want to handle anything that has to do with SQL, the triggers, the case, the wildcards, and everything. And it is also worth noting that we are so very, very important and very imperative to almost every industry. If a web designer builds a website right now, they are going to need a database to store some of their information. Like they are going to need a database that they need to connect to whatever it is they have built. And a database is what handles stuff in the background, stores procedures and everything. And right now, as according to yesterday that I checked, and that yesterday was 29th of August, I got to find out that 80% of the world database right now, 80% or even more, and it is still moving. 80% of the world database right now is sitting pretty on different SQL databases. SQL, not even NoSQL now. SQL. AIs are tapping into database to bring out results for everything, every query you run, and all. So after taking this course, once you are done with your SQL also, you would understand like there is no way we cannot fit. And like I have always written mention to everyone that it takes constant practice, constant and constant practice. The more you practice, the more you become a master. The more you become a master
Yeah.
of it. And yeah, we've been lucky to have people. Can I call it luck? But I have been privileged to have people this year that have proven that yeah, we are not just doing it for doing its sake. while still learning. I've had a couple of people secure the remote opportunity, and after they are done learning, they are currently working right now. And I think this is the reason why, as a matter of fact, this is the biggest reason why we are doing this: financial freedom and to also have something doing, which is, but for somebody like me, it has become a purpose because if there is someone that enjoys what they do so much, I think it is, I am part of those people. I am part of those people. So, uh, not so much that we need to do today. First of all, be, I'm going to be taking questions. I know some people ask questions so far on everything they've covered in Microsoft Excel. This particular session is the competition is a combination of two quads. Yeah, the guys that started a month earlier, that was in July, and the guys that started in August, this August that we have. So the guys that started in August, they are currently about to round up their Microsoft Excel. As a matter of fact, I think we are on our project right now, our capstone project. And for the guys that started in July, I think we are done with SQL now too. So by Monday, which is September the 1st, we are going to move to the final part of the course, which is Microsoft Power BI. Basically, where we are going to learn about data visualization, data modeling, how to write DAX codes, DAX queries, DAX functions, how to create dashboards, how to create charts, and everything like that. And also for those that are currently under SQL, where our capstone project for SQL is one of the most popular challenges that you can pass through as someone that is just starting out with SQL. And it is where we get to play FBI, like we get to play an investigator. We get to play an investigator where we are going to be using SQL queries. We are going to create a database. We are going to upload our data into those database. We are going to upload our data on that database, and we are going to run series of queries to find out the person that committed the murder. The project is titled Murder Mystery, the Murder Mystery Project, where I bet most people don't even know that you can actually you can write codes to query a database and find out, and play a little bit of Sherlock Holmes or FBI, or let's say Nigerian police investigation, Nigerian police investigation. So that is what we are going to be doing with our SQL project. And for our Microsoft Excel project, we are going to be analyzing and creating a report for an international superstore. And the data set we are going to be working with is I think, 100,000 plus. So we are working with a very large data set. And we are going to be doing something similar in with our Microsoft Power BI capstone project also. So for those that are currently on Excel, I think this past week that just finished, that is finishing today, is our final week of Excel. So by today, everybody that is on Excel, and it's the guys that started in August, you guys would have, you are going to start your project by Monday, while you are also learning your SQL. And for the guys that has finished their Excel project, they are currently in SQL. So also you're going to start your SQL project. I think we've started this past Monday, and we are going to be giving a grace of one more week to do that, which is this new week that we are about to enter. That is the first week of September. So, and every one of these projects are compulsory because we want to always keep our students in check. We want to help you in such a way that you are not going to be complacent. I can assure you that there are thousands and thousands of people that are learning data analytics every day. But if you call some of these, I've been privileged to sit down in an interview panel a couple of times, and I can tell you that people just learn. Most people can't really defend what they've learned. And I found out that there are maybe one or two causes to this. One is it is either you have a very bad they have a very bad tutor or teacher, someone that is going to break every one of these things down for them in tiny pieces. Like this course has been built based on the fact that we don't assume that everybody has the same capacity, yeah, or learning ability. So that is why we took it from the very basic, and then we move gradually to the advanced stage of this. So at each stage, at each level, with each topic, you would get to digest all the topics and understand them before you move to the next one. And that is why I am always rolling out the topics week by week. So for 1 week, you have a particular set of topics you're going to cover, and then you can measure your own progress, and also your own consistency. And also, mind you, we've also put it in mind that learning as an adult can be kind of funny because you are juggling, you are battling with your life, and you also still have to you have to find a side also. So you are in the process of learning to become financially independent, or you have a little bit of financial freedom or a breathing room to make extra dough. Yeah, so that is why we also made it self-paced. That is, you can decide to cover up a week's topic. You can decide to cover it up in a single day or in a single night, depending on your dedication and your time. But at the end of the week, you should be able to cover up almost everything. So without wasting much time, let me open the floor for anybody that has a question. And if you have a question on whatever it is you've learned so far, be it SQL or Microsoft Excel. So you have the floor right now. Before we go into the practice assignment that we've given everyone to do. If you have anything that any challenges you've come through, so though my DM is always open for everybody, and in every week, I think I spend more time attending to people's questions than I even spend on any other thing. I kind of enjoy it. I kind of enjoy it because some people's questions can be very challenging that even I myself get to discover some things while trying to solve someone else's problem. Yeah, so it's a win-win for everyone. It's a win-win for everyone. So if you have any question, this is time for you to bring it up. If I may add, this session is going to last as long as we are done answering everyone's question when there is no more question. So the duration, but the session should end. I'm looking at the maximum of 1 hour 30 minutes. So by 11:30 we should be done with this, so that we can all go back and enjoy the rest of our weekends. Yeah. So, and also another thing that is also worth noting is that this session is the first session is going to end in 40 minutes because this Zoom class is scheduled for 40 minutes each. So when it's 40 minutes, when it's about 5 more minutes to for the particular session to end, I will notify everyone. So once the session ends, you can always go back to the link and click it and rejoin the class again until we are done. So I hope everyone understands that. So if there's anyone that has a question, if you have a question before we go to the our practice assignments, starting from our Microsoft Excel. Good morning, Nat.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How is it now? How you doing?
Your boy did loyal. Your boy did one side.
Yeah. Yeah, Zainab, good morning. Hello, Zainab, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. How has the week been so far?
It's been good, thank you. How has yours been?
Yeah, I can't complain. It's been good. It's been good. So how's the
Thank God.
learning? How has the learning been so far? How is the learning experience?
I've
Is
actually been enjoying it, like
it-
especially now that I'm doing the practice assignments and I'm on the project. It's like it's nice seeing that what I'm learning, I'm actually able to do it on my own. And then when I have some problems along the way, I just try to figure it out, or I go back to the videos and just look at it.
Yeah, very good. Very, very good. Well done.
All right, thank
How
you.
many challenges so far?
I'm currently on my Excel project, even though I'm late, but
Okay.
I'm meant to be doing the SQL one. So my issue is the ProgreSQL, I've been trying to download it on my laptop. It's not working. And I've just been having back and forth, back and forth. It's like if I download it, then trying to run it as an administrator or stuff like that, it's just no, I don't know. I've been having issues which I wanted to message you about, but I want to finish with the project before I do that.
Okay. I was actually expecting that. Though today I may try as much as I can to discuss the installation process of either ProgreSQL or MySQL. But if there is anyone that is finding it difficult to set up their PG admin, that is their ProgreSQL workbench or their MySQL workbench, so please, you can always reach out to me. I can like set out, let's say 20 minutes out of my time, then we can connect via a video call, then we'll go through the installation process together because installing ProgreSQL or MySQL can be very funny, and I can say that that is where I have most challenges with almost every student because the installation process is very, very tricky. There are some selections that you would need to make, and if you don't make them, they would come the tool is going to act as if it is working, whereas by the time you start writing your codes, it would start giving you problems. So a proper installation of either MySQL or ProgreSQL, there is no one that you cannot, even you can use every variant of SQL to take this course, but using ProgreSQL, being an open source, a free and open source tool, is going to help a lot. And if you're also using MySQL, which is the one that is kind of common in terms of a SQL variant, if you are using MySQL, it is also good. There is no code you run on ProgreSQL that won't run on MySQL or Microsoft SQL Server or Oracle database. Just that maybe some syntaxes and some functions will have to be written in different way, but they will still mean the same thing. So whatever SQL variant you choose, the same code will run on every one of them in as much as they mean the same purpose. You're trying to write the same query, run the same query to achieve the same purpose. So yeah, by the time you are ready for the installation of your stuff and you are still having problems, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, Zainab. Is that cool?
Or yes, thank you so much.
All right. Good morning, Emeka. Can you hear me? Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Hello?
How are you? And how has the week been so
Hello?
far? Hello.
You mean? Huh?
can hear me? I'm not sure I can hear you anymore.
It's breaking. Hello, I can't hear it clear.
Okay, yeah. I can hear you now. You said what?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, clearly.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning. I said, how has it been so far now?
It's all right. I'm on the DAP practice assignments. I've not been feeling fine for a long time, so
Yeah. All right, no problem. No problem. Evan. Is it Evan or Yvonne?
Is everyone? Good morning.
Okay, Yvonne. Yeah, Evan, good morning. How are you? How was the week so far? And how is the learning so far?
It's been fine, thank you. But I have a few questions
Okay.
on yeah. So I think the last course module that the macros topic,
Okay.
there was something you did, the header that you fixed with Visual Basic VBA. I don't know how I watched
Visual
through it,
Basic
but I don't know how
automation. Yeah.
yes, I don't know how you fix that bug. You know, when you run the macros and
Okay.
it automates for everything, but it doesn't change the header. So there's a way you fixed it with Visual Basic, the coding part. I didn't really get that.
Yeah. The trick to that is maybe you should copy down the codes. Yeah, and I think I can try and share you the Excel workbook of that particular VBA code. Now, there's
Okay.
one thing about coding. Yeah, coding is English, programming is English. Every function, every syntax is in English, like words that you can take literally and you can understand. You don't need to make it very ambiguous to yourself. If you can understand the word that I'm speaking right now, you understand the coding language. Now, if you check some of those macros code that I wrote, they are all in English. That one line can tell Excel that, okay, I want this header to be sectioned like this with this particular font style, and the font size. And you can also adjust some font size by yourself. So what I'm going to do is you can message me after the class. I will share you the macros code so that you can go through them and then you can see what I'm talking about. You can understand the process at which the process that made the headers, that made it start functioning. And also sometimes you can adjust the headers manually by clicking on the font section of your Microsoft Excel. You can increase, can decrease. You can also change the font size and its font type also. So you can do it manually apart from using the VBA code. But for the sake of automation and for the sake of not wanting to be doing that every day, that is the reason why we employed the use of macros. That is the reason why we employ the use of macros. So yeah, I'm going to share you the codes at the end of the class. Please remember to drop me a message on WhatsApp.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. So is that all?
Yes, for now, if there are others.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Is there anyone else with any other question? Yeah, Mr. Elisha, good morning. I was expecting I will see you here this morning. Hello. Hello, Mr. Elisha. I got your submission. I got your
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, boss. Good morning. I got your Excel project submission, and I think I have replied.
Yes, sir, you did.
Yeah. The project was impressive. Yeah, and I think I kind of enjoyed some of your analysis and your visualization, though there are still things that you can improve on, especially when it comes to your data labeling. You can still improve on your data labeling, and also you need to be conscious of whenever you are creating a chart, like the pivot chart and the pivot tables. I specifically mentioned in the videos that you should not let it go beyond something that Excel can capture as a page by the time you try to convert it to PDF. Now, because if you are working with a client, or let's say a client sends you a data set, you can't submit your reports as an Excel worksheet or in an Excel format. So which means you need to convert whatever reports, whatever discovery, whatever analysis you've made, you need to convert it to PDF. And Excel is so very big and wide that a single PDF cannot capture it all. So what we do is the portion at which you want Excel to convert to PDF is where you stick your pivot table and your pivot charts to. You understand? I think those are just the little things that you need to adjust in your project. But the analysis is the analysis is good. Don't let me use very. The analysis is good. You can definitely improve on it. Right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. And have you begin your SQL too?
Yes, I'm almost through. I'll be done maybe this evening. I'll submit it this evening.
Okay. Okay. I'll be expecting your submission.
All right, sir.
Okay. Good morning, Rose. Hello. Madam Rose. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
So how are you and how has the week been so far?
I'm fine. The week has been blessed and the course is going on fine. Thank you.
Okay. Any problems so far?
None for now because I don't have a PC yet. So I'm just watching the videos to get an idea. So when I get my PC practice, maybe by then I'll have questions. I know I have questions, but I can't remember for now.
Okay. And I hope you will be ready. We will have covered what you need to cover before we start our project by next week. Your Excel projects, particularly.
No problem.
All right. And have you been able to attempt your practice assignments? This one you are seeing on my screen right now.
No, I just said it now that I don't have a PC. So
Okay.
there's no way I can.
Sorry. I didn't get that part. No problem. No problem. This class is going to end in 9 minutes. So if the class ends, please go back and click on the link and rejoin again. It's a 40-minute schedule so that we'll stay in conscious of time. And so I want us to quickly attempt these practice questions. I want us to practice this, the practice assignment that I gave everyone. And everyone is expected to submit theirs to my mail. I'm going to drop a mail on the group, and I think I have dropped the mail, but I'm going to send it again for anyone that hasn't gotten theirs. I know some people have done theirs and they've submitted, and it was kind of it was really impressive. So for those that have submitted, well done, guys, well done. And let's go to it quickly. This is a data set that has been sent to you by a logistic company. I don't want to be calling names or I just want to go into detail. So, like I have always rightly mentioned that as a data analyst, whenever you get a data like this, you need to first of all study the data and know what the data is all about. And one way that you can know what data is all about is if you check through every columns of the data, it is going to give you an idea of what the data set is all about. For instance, in this particular data, we have the first column as an order number data set, that is numbers that are attached to each order that is made by maybe any customer. And then we also have the dates. Then we also have the driver's name, that is the guys that makes the delivery. Then we also have items that are being delivered. We have number of items that have been delivered at a time. Then the mode of transportation that is being used to deliver these items, and then the destination that those items are taken to. So which means basically this is more like a logistic or data set. This is more like a logistic data set. And then after studying my data like this, if I see that there are inconsistencies in my data formatting, then I'm going to adjust them. But if you are working on a very large data set, you cannot be scrolling down. It's going to be a very waste of time. So instead, you need to first of all convert your data to table. So I'll just say Control A, Control T, and then I'll hit Enter. I'll convert and the moment you convert your data set to table, you get a drop down to filter every of the columns you have on your data set. So I can filter all the other numbers. I can have a quick view of some of the information. So for instance, if I want to check the total number of drivers that I have, I can just come to the drop down beside my driver's name, and then I'll see that I have, I think 5. I have Carl Noah, George Ramsey, John May, Matthew Pavel, and Peter White. So you can have a very, very quick run through or overview of what is going on in your data. And also, I am going to rename my data under the table design tab here, ribbon tab here. I'm going to rename my data as, let me rename it as logistic. I can rename it as logistic. Yeah, let me just put it as logistic like that. So I can now proceed to solve the task. The first question here says that we should find out the number of orders in Boston, that is the number of orders in Boston, and you can decide, you are going to be the one that will decide whether you need to use count ifs and count if. Now, there are some questions that are going to give you an hint on the kind of method you need to use to perform them. This is such question. Now, whenever you see the task or your client is telling you that I want you to help me determine the number, if you are determining the number, that means you are counting. You are most definitely counting. But if you hear, I want you to help me determine the total, then that means you are summing up a whole lot of stuff. And one way to do that is that one way to do that is that you would you look at your question and then you also look at your data set. So it is very, very important as an analyst to first of all understand what your client wants, what your client's request is. Take for instance, if you are a fashion designer, yeah, you are a fashion designer and a client brings a material to your shop and asks you that, okay, I want you to sew this cloth for me. The first thing you ask is, what kind of style do you want? Then either the client has a style in mind or you suggest the style, but everything still boils down to what the client wants. And in our own setting, we need to understand the client's request very, very well on our data before you proceed. Now, looking at something like this, number of orders in Boston. Remember, count if, for those that have gotten to that level, count ifs can do the job of count if, but count if cannot do the job of count ifs, because count ifs comprises, like, can give you the opportunity to enter multiple criteria and ranges, but count if only allows you a single criteria and a single range. So for instance, this particular kind of question, I can say equals to count or count if, and then the range. Your range is your table or your data. Your range is your table or your data. So I am going to call on my data, I'll say logistic. And then I know the number, I know Boston. Boston is on a column named destination on my table. So I am going to bring in my square bracket, and what our square bracket does in every programming language, wherever you see a square bracket, they are trying to make reference to a specific column in a data or a table. So I know Boston is under my destination, so I'm going to find my destination. I'm going to close my square brackets, and then the criteria, what am I looking for inside my logistic table and my destination column? I'm looking for Boston. I'm looking for Boston, so I'm just going to select on Boston. And then I'm going to close my bracket and hit enter. And then you can see that the total number of orders that were made or that were delivered to Boston is or let's say 4 orders were made in Boston. And if you count from our data here, this is Boston 1, this is second Boston, and then this is 1 Boston, 2 Boston, 3 Boston, and also 4 Boston. And if you want to have a quick overview of it, you can as well click on the drop down, select everything here, select on your Boston, and click on OK. And then you are going to see under your status bar here that there are 4 records that was found for Boston. So that is that. And please, if at any point you don't understand, please call back my attention. And also, this particular session is going to end in less than 1 minute. So click on the link again to rejoin in case you can't hear me anymore. So going to the second question, they said the number of Microsoft orders. We are also going to take the same step, the same method. It's going to be equals to count if we know that Microsoft orders are under the item column. Microsoft are under microwave,